Hello my friends, welcome to another Bible study session. In today's Bible study session, I am going to be talking about the creation of the world by God. My friends, in today's video, I will be going to be discussing on Genesis chapter 1 and 2 that talks about the creation of the world by God. Amen. My friends, we come to the Bible knowing that there is a God. My friends, there are many good and strong philosophical and logical reasons to believe in God. The Bible tells us how we can know God exists. My friends, if you want to know more about the existence of God, you can check out this video right here. My friends, as I have said before, we all know that God exists, my friends. The Bible tells us how we can know that God exists. Psalm 19 verse 1 to 4 says, "The heavens declare the glory of God, and the firmament shows his handiwork. Day unto day they utter speech, and night unto night reveals knowledge. There is no speech nor language where their voice is not heard. Their line has gone out through all the earth, and their words to the end of the world." Romans 1 verse 20 also explains, "For since the creation of the world, his invisible attributes are clearly seen, being understood by the things that are made, even his eternal power and Godhead, so that they are without excuse." My friends, as I have said before, in today's Bible study session, I will be going to be talking about the creation of the world by God. So my friends, let us read Genesis chapter 1 and 2 and let us dive some more deeper into the facts that are available here. My friends, Genesis chapter 1 verse 1 says, "In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth." My friends, we can see that in the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. The verse 2 says, "Now the earth was formless and empty. Darkness was over the surface of the deep, and the Spirit of God was hovering over the waters." Verse 3 says, "And God said, Let there be light, and there was light." Verse 4, "God saw that the light was good, and he separated the light from the darkness." Fifth verse says, "God called the light day, and the darkness he called night. And there was evening, and there was morning, the first day." So my friends, this is the first day of the creation. My friends, as we have seen before, in the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. Before that, the earth was formless and empty. Darkness was over the surface of the deep. My friends, and God said, "Let there be light," and there was light. So my friends, through this we can understand that on the first day, God created light. And not only that, my friends, God saw that the light was good, and he separated the light from the darkness. He separated the light from the darkness. God called the light day, and the darkness he called night. And there was evening, and there was morning, the first day. My friends, the verse 6 says, "And God said, Let there be an expanse between the waters to separate water from water." Verse 7 says, "So God made the expanse and separated the water under the expanse from the water above it. And it was so." Verse 8 says, "God called the expanse sky, and there was evening, and there was morning, the second day." These are the things that have been created on the second day. God allowed to be an expanse between the waters to separate water from water. God made the expanse and separated the water under the expanse from the water above it. And it was so. And God called this expanse sky, and there was evening, and there was morning, the second day. Amen. The verse 9 says, "And God said, Let the water under the sky be gathered to one place, and let dry ground appear. And it was so." Verse 10 says, "God called the dry ground land, and the gathered waters he called seas, and God saw that it was good." Verse 11 says, "Then God said, Let the land produce vegetation, seed-bearing plants and trees on the land that bear fruit with seed in it according to their various kinds. And it was so." Verse 12 says, "The land produced vegetation, plants bearing seed according to their kinds, and trees bearing fruit with seeds in it according to their kinds. And God saw that it was good." Verse 13 says, "And there was evening, and there was morning, the third day." Amen. Verse 14 says, And God said, Let there be lights in the expanse of the sky to separate the day from the night, and let them serve as signs to make seasons and days and years. Verse 15 says, And let them be lights in the expanse of the sky to give light on the earth, and it was so. Verse 16 says, God made two great lights. The greater light he called the greater light to govern the day, and the lesser light to govern the night. He also made the stars. God set them in the expanse of the sky to give light on the earth, to govern the day and the night, and to separate light from darkness. And God saw that it was good. And there was evening, and there was morning, the fourth day. My friends, I think you know about these greater lights, my friends. The greater light to govern the day, that is the sun, and the lesser light to govern the night, that is the moon. Amen. Sun, moon, and stars were created on the fourth day. Amen. Verse 20 says, And God said, Let the waters teem with living creatures, and let birds fly about the earth across the expanse of the sea. So God created the great creatures of the sea, and every living and moving thing with which the water teems, according to their kinds, and every winged bird according to its kind. And God saw that it was good. God blessed them and said, Be fruitful and increase in number, and fill the water in the seas, and let the birds increase on the air. And there was evening, and there was morning, the fifth day. Amen. Verse 24 says, And God said, Let the land produce living creatures according to their kinds, livestock, creatures that move along the ground, and wild animals, each according to its kind. And it was so. God made the wild animals according to their kinds, the livestock according to their kinds, and all the creatures that move along the ground according to their kinds. And God saw that it was good. The verse 26 says, Then God said, Let us make man in our image, in our likeness, and let them rule over the fish of the sea, and the birds of the air, over the livestock, over all the earth, and over all the creatures that move along the ground. So my friends, through this we can understand that God gave humans a commandment to rule over every other living creature. For example, to rule over the fish, to rule over the fish of the sea and the birds of the air, over the livestock, over all the earth, and over all the creatures that move along the ground. Amen. Verse 27 says, So God created man in his own image. In the image of God he created him. Male and female he created them. God blessed them and said to them, Be fruitful and increase in number. Fill the earth and subdue it. Rule over the fish of the sea and the birds of the air, and over every living creature that moves on the ground. Then God said, I give you every seed-bearing plant on the face of the whole earth, and every tree that has fruit with seed in it. They will be yours for food. And to all the beasts of the earth, and all the birds of the air, and all the creatures that move on the ground, everything that has the breath of life in it, I give every green plant for food. And it was so. God saw all that he made, and it was very good. God saw all that he had made, and it was very good. And there was evening, and there was morning, the sixth day. My friends, now we are going to enter into the chapter 2. We will be going to be reading from verse 1 to 3 that talks about the seventh day where God rested from all his work of the creation. My friends, let's read. Thus the heavens and the earth were completed in all their vast array. By the seventh day God had finished all the work he had been doing. So on the seventh day he rested from all his work. And God blessed the seventh day and made it holy, because on it he rested from all the work of creating that he had done. Amen. So my friends, here is a summary of the 7 days of creation, or we can say as 6 days of creation, my friends. My friends, on the day 1, God created light. On the day 2, he created the atmosphere or the firmament. On day 3, he created dry ground and plants. On day 4, he created sun, moon, and stars. On day 5, he created birds and sea creatures. On day 6, He created land animals and humans. And on the seventh day, the Sabbath of rest. Amen.